I'll finish up with something I was playing with definitely all through December last year was, I think, did I mention on the show, Jacob, around my kind of uh, almost barbell strategy? Tim Ferriss has started talking about his barbell strategy, which is a completely different thing in podcasting than what I mentioned. But my version of it was the videos I create were either going to be really lo-fi and easy to put out, or we were going to put a lot of work into making them really polished.
We talked about that.
Was that on the show? Yeah, perfect. So I want to try and stick to that because I do think it worked quite nicely. And one of the ways of doing it was screen recording, like just actually demoing bits of software, demoing activities, like actually more a follow along, like work with me type of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe even doing some of these live as well, actually. I think that's another way to do that really lo-fi, easy to get out there type of video is actually just to do a live stream. 30 minutes, let's say, working through delivering an episode, editing, whatever it is. And I found I was playing around with different ways. I've always used Camtasia for my screen recording in the past. Have you ever played with Camtasia at all?
Heard of it, never used it.
It comes from like my university days, to be honest. We used it for creating teaching videos. So that would be like late 2000s, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. So like over 10 years ago now, I first started using it. And the software really hasn't kept up. Like the last few years of using Camtasia and Snagit have been more frustration than anything else. It's like really commonly you get out of sync video and audio, or it just crashes altogether, or it doesn't pick up the right mic or whatever, even though you had it set perfectly the time before. It's just nonsense. So I've started looking around for other ones. And I think I've mentioned, well, there's two tools that I've been using a lot. One is Filmora and one is Movavi. So I've mentioned Filmora before just for editing, but I've discovered it's actually a really good screen recorder. And the rest of the editing tools tie into it really nicely as well. So I've been creating screen recordings that I can then repurpose into social, like vertical as well as portrait. Sorry, no, that is for a portrait. Vertical portrait as well as landscape, I should say, really easily through Filmora. I can add in subtitles, I can add in music, B-roll, all this kind of stuff really simply in Filmora. And actually I can polish up a screen recording into something that actually is beyond, and I might be breaking my own rules here, but I'm literally only spending 15, 20 minutes on this using the inbuilt tools to kind of add this polish. So I think I'm still keeping to that barbell type strategy where I'm making sure it is still very easy. I'm not putting much work into the editing, but it is coming out much more polished than just a basic screen recording. So that's been really interesting.
Cutting out Premiere altogether then with that flow?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, not using Premiere at all.
Yeah, as soon as Premiere is introduced to anything to do with video, you're just adding like an hour. Usually of tears.
Yes. And Movavi is the other one that I've been playing around with too. I bought both of them because I was just like desperately trying to find something that would make it easier. So I could pass one of the licenses to you if you want to use one. But Movavi looks very similar. It's a way of it does screen recording, but also just does kind of basic to intermediate video editing as well. The focus being on really simple templates. Simple polish, easy polish, like being able to add transitions and effects and filters, which let you go 80% of the way towards like professional video editing in a fraction of the time. So yeah, and I've not played with Movavi quite as much yet, but it does seem to have lots of really kind of cool retro type effects, and it's quite stylish. I think it's quite design focused Movavi. So yeah, so those two are really cool actually. Yeah. And the final thing I've been doing with them is that kind of the portrait, the shorts type format. So doing a portrait type format and trying to pick out like short clips to put out a few times a week. I've been recording them just straight in Filmora through the webcam. So you can not only do the screen recording, but you can do the webcam recording really simply. Record like a 1 to 1.5 minute thing based on podcasts and just get it out there. And I've found that after we record this, for example, we could chuck this into like an AI tool and try and pick out like a 60-second, 2-minute clip or whatever. But the tools just aren't there yet. And I think a format like this just isn't suited to picking out 60-second clips most of the time. Whereas if I just go straight off this, think back through, just quickly scratch down like 2 or 3 things that I remember from the episode, I can like ad lib a 60-second clip much more effectively than I can pick out a 60-second clip from the existing recording, put it into Filmora, put it into Movavi, add the effects, like take literally 5-10 minutes to add a couple of effects, put on the subtitle, and suddenly it's a way better short than, I think certainly, than those kind of AI picked clips. So I've been doing that as well. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an interesting opportunity there for someone to make an app that, rather than try and pick out 60 seconds from the recording, finds those exactly doing what you do, which is, note down a few things that are interesting in there, script 60-second segments, and then whole video and audio replication of you. That'd be cool.
Oh, so automatically creating them.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And the voice, the video. That'd be cool.
That's a really nice idea. I thought what you were going to say was even simpler than that, which was to, instead of creating the clip, take, here's 10 great moments from your last episode. Here's a quick 60-second script that you can record something brand new for it. And therefore you just get 5-10 pre-made scripts that you can add your own voice to. You can kind of ad lib, but make sure it's like bullet points so you can just record it really simply. That would actually be really handy.
Would be nice. Yeah.
I bet I can just do that, Claude, to be honest. Yeah, just upload the transcript. Yeah, just have a wee template for that. Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right, but yeah, that's it. StreamYard, sorry, not StreamYard. StreamYard is what I'm using for the live broadcasting. I had that on the list here, but no, Filmora and Movavi are the 2 screen recording apps I've been using. Yeah, really cool.
And are those both desktop apps?
They are, yes.
Nice. That's a plus for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I tried playing around with CapCut on my phone. I know it's a desktop app as well, but it's kind of, I feel like it's more phone focused. And I just didn't know. I just hate recording on my phone. I much prefer being able to record my webcam, have it on the desktop, and be able to edit it from there.